Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another CrazyRocky video. Today we're going to be talking about the female Andrew Tate, also known as SheraSeven.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Now, I don't mean to say this in a way of like, hey, like I'm pro Andrew Tate or anything. I am entirely against both of these people. However, I see SheraSeven getting a lot of love in a way similar to Andrew Tate, and I don't see nearly as many people calling her out on it. Now, the reason I say that she is similar to Andrew Tate is because she goes around and gives women advice on dating and, just lifestyle advice. However, said dating and lifestyle advice is extremely toxic and fucked up with just kind of some truths weaved in. For example, Shera will say things like never put a man above yourself, and it's true. You shouldn't put a man above yourself.
It's always put yourself first. Exactly.
However, she then says things like you should always be above the man in the relationship so that way you have the power. This is something that Andrew Tate would also say, and on top of that, I can understand why some people may think this way. However, it's typically coming from a place of trauma and hurt. Usually people feel like they need to have some like higher ground so they can feel more comfortable and safe in the relationship, but really what you should be doing is looking for a person who makes you feel that way rather than just artificially building that feeling for yourself. On top of that, she gives some horrible fucking advice on cheating.
You might have cheated once, you're going to cheat 3 times.
She will literally say to let your man cheat and then just go cheat back on him and then have him buy you nice gifts or something so that way you get to fuck somebody else on top of getting more, I don't know, physical items.
Just until she can forgive you. Okay, I forgive you, sir. Let me go cheat 10 times.
However, with just a little bit of thought, this can easily lead to a fucking horrible life. A life where you're trying to get a man just so that way you can feel some financial stability, which is what she argues for. She argues to use men for only money. But by doing this, you're setting up a world where you're going to be with somebody that you probably don't really like. And on top of that, they probably aren't going to like you that much because they're going to know that you're using them for their money. On top of that, if you're just cheating back on each other constantly, that is just going to completely lead to a mistrust of each other, and the money is not going to satisfy your emotional or other needs.
Once a man cheats, you are now in an open relationship.
The only way that you're going to do that is just by, I don't know, looking for a healthy fucking relationship rather than taking advice from people like Shera. On top of that, she also advocates for fucking over other women. For example, she tells a story where she was dating a guy named James, who she is now married to, and she found out that he was married.
When I met James, he was married and he had a girlfriend, but I didn't know. Didn't know because, of course, guys lie. They see a pretty woman, they want her. They're not married. They ain't got a girlfriend. Oh, they single for the night. Yes. So, I asked him, are you married? He said, no. I said, okay. He was in the store and I was waiting in the car or something. Or no, he was trying to get we were in the parking lot of the Marriott or one of them hotels. I don't know. And he was trying to get a room because he lived far away from where we were and he didn't want to drive because he had been drinking. So I said, just go get a room. We'll stay here. Whatever. So he leaves his cell phone in the car. So while he's in there, the phone starts going off. And it's late. It's a little late. Maybe like 1 or 2 or something like that. It's late. All of a sudden, this phone starts ringing. And it says home. I'm like, home? Hello? It was his wife. She's like, who is this? I was like, who is this? She said, this is James' wife. I said, oh, this is James' girlfriend. And she was like, no, well, you're not the girlfriend that I know about. So she already knew about the other girlfriend. She knew about me. So I was like, oh. She said, well, where is he? I said, he's getting us a room. How you doing? I told you I was crazy. I was bold back in the day. I'm like, well, I don't work, baby. James pay all my bills. I don't work for nobody. What? Oh, Lord. I know a lot of y'all hate me now but I didn't know I was the innocent victim. I didn't know he was married or had a girlfriend. But when I found out, I handled it. I basically busted him. I said, I'm not going to no hotel room with you. Take me back to my car. So he begged and pleaded and cried. That's the only time I ever saw him cry. Because, like I said, he's going to lose all of this. The next morning, we went to the hotel room, but he didn't get none. The next morning at 7 o'clock, he's waking me up. Like, come on, I got to go to work. I was like, okay. So he rushes to the car. I'm in the car with him. He runs to the bank, y'all. Rushed to that bank to close his account. Because they had a joint account. Rushed to that bank with quickness before she could hit it. Smart. Because she was going to clean that out.
Now, a lot of people dispute the fact that she didn't know that this woman was married, although she claims that she didn't know that James was married. However, upon finding out, what she did was manipulate herself into the situation and place herself into James's life in a way that would remove the wife. This is really fucked up, considering why the fuck shouldn't somebody come in and do that to you? And on top of that, you're with a man who's willing to do that. So that makes that even more likely that when you get a little bit older, maybe he's going to switch up and want somebody else.
I mean, this lady cooking and cleaning, washing your dirty drawers, waiting on you to come home with a big plate in her hand, and you out there cheating, and she find out? You don't think she gonna go cheat back if she can?
And what are you going to do about the financial security then? Then you're going to be left alone, sad, and bitter. And on top of that, you could say, hey, maybe I'll get some alimony. However, that alimony is not going to be anything like the lifestyle that you were once living. And a lot of times these days, women don't get alimony whatsoever unless you're spending all of your time like taking care of the house and doing these other things rather than chasing your own career goals, which fucking Shera says no. You should just chase your own career goals, not focus on that. Like, you should do both. Level up as a woman, and on top of that, make your own way. It's a very weird argument that she has here, kind of trying to live on both sides. On top of that, of course, just treating a man like he's a wallet will again make him resent you, and on top of that, you're not going to like the person that you end up with, especially because, like Shera says, once all of a sudden somebody cheats, it's just an open relationship. Do you really want to live in a life where you're just doing these things in order for some false sense of security?
He opened it, and you keep, now it's open.
I don't think so. I don't think most people would want to go out, fuck over other women, and like live a completely immoral and fucked up life. I think that most people will generally want to find somebody that they love, that fulfills them both mentally, emotionally, and that you can build a good life up to. You don't have to be fucking rich as shit in order to be happy. You can just live a decent life, and most people will be happy with that. On top of that, Shera shells out various courses that she sells on her website, like kind of giving people intimate dating advice, which is another Andrew Tate tactic. And on top of that, she has all sorts of other ways that she can milk money out of her desperate audience, people that are just kind of sad and really want somebody like to love them or want some sort of safety. And so these people are going to run to her, and she can drain their bank accounts fairly easily. And this all serves her while also setting up a world where everybody is meant to fuck each other over and just say, fuck it. I don't care about being a good or bad person or finding somebody I love. I just want to find somebody with money and fuck over everybody else.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
It's a really sad world, a really sad life, and I hope that people really don't mean it when they say they think this woman gives good advice. She, again, has certain good things, like, hey, don't prioritize everything else above yourself. That's not like healthy at all. You need to have a certain level of self-respect, self-esteem, self-care, etc. And if you don't have those things, obviously your life is going to go to shit. But everything else that she advocates for is complete dog shit. And on top of that, next episode, because I've realized there's a lot more that I didn't know about this woman, next episode, we're going to go over how she thinks that you should blackmail down low men.
They have to threaten their income, their reputation. You almost have to blackmail them. Seriously.
AKA gay men who are on the DL. So we'll talk about that in the next episode. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think Shera gives good advice? If you do, please kill yourself. No, I'm sorry. Cut that out. But either way, let me know in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. That'll follow during the outro. The rest of our links are in the description. We have a channel called Smoking Sessions where we do movie review content. And we have this channel where we do variety content and gaming sessions where we do gaming content. All right, guys. I'll see you all in the next Smoking Session.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Space out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open